Musical collaborations that should have happened or nearly happened. In every era of music, there are the albums we remember and the albums we never got. The sessions that almost happened. The collaborations that lived on the edge of possibility. The masterpieces that flickered just outside our timeline. Now, before we go any further, I should warn you. Some of the names on this list may have you dusting off your old Funk Wagnalls. Good. This isn't a list for the algorithm. It's for the real heads, the ones who know the best stories in music live in the shadows, not the charts. This is the story of the crossroads, the missed calls, the alternate histories, a journey into the music we should have heard, and the artists who were one decision away from changing everything. These are the musical collaborations that should have happened, or nearly happened. 10. George Harrison and Michael Jackson. Two melodic architects whose paths kept crossing without ever locking in. Harrison's spiritual slide guitar, MJ's immaculate pop instincts. A collaboration that could have fused soul, psychedelia, and pop into something timeless. This wasn't fantasy, it was possible, and that's what makes it sting. 9. Jimi Hendrix and Bootsy Collins. A cosmic imagining, a collaboration that should have existed. Hendrix bending the universe with a guitar, Bootsy bending gravity with a bass. Together, a psychedelic funk wormhole. Reality simply wasn't generous enough to give us this one. 8. Leonard Cohen and Jim Morrison. Two poets of the abyss. Cohen with his surgical precision, Morrison with his volcanic chaos. A collaboration between them would have been a dark gospel, half whispered, half howled, a sermon for the lost and the searching. This is the album that would have changed the 70s. 7. Delight and Pizzicato 5. New York Club Futurism meets Tokyo Shibuya-kei pop art. A kaleidoscope of groove, color, and joy that somehow never materialized. A collaboration so obvious in hindsight, it feels like a glitch in the timeline. 6. Patti Smith and Van Halen, After the Fire. This one came close. Van Halen wanted Patti Smith. She said no for all the right reasons. But imagine the alternate 1985 where she said yes. Patti's voice slicing through Eddie's riffs, Alex's thunder, Michael's harmonies. After the Fire becomes the album that rewrites rock history. 5. Buckethead and Yoshihide Otomo. Two experimental giants. Two sonic architects who treat sound like molten metal. This collaboration would have been a labyrinth of noise, jazz, metal, and texture. The kind of record musicians study and critics fear. A meeting of minds that feels inevitable, yet never happened. 4. Ghetto Boys and Dr. Dre. Imagine Dre's cinematic production behind Scarface's storytelling. Imagine Bushwick Bill over Chronic-era drums. This would have been a cultural earthquake, but regional politics and label walls kept it from happening. This is the collaboration that could have rewritten hip-hop geography. 3. EPMD and Run DMC. Two groups with the same DNA. Minimalist beats, heavy swagger, voices like steel. A golden age super team that hip-hop was right there for, and then the moment slipped away. This one still hurts. 2. Kate Bush and Peter Gabriel, the full album. They worked together, they harmonized, they understood each other musically in a way few artists ever do. But we never got the full album, the complete vision, the masterpiece sitting just beyond reach. A collaboration that feels like a dream half remembered. 1. Tom Waits and Nick Cave. Two prophets of the underworld. Two gravel-voiced storytellers who write in smoke, scripture, and blood. A Waits and Cave album would have been biblical, a gothic blues opera about sinners, saints, and the cities that swallow them. In some alternate universe, it exists. Peroration, the unwritten history. And so we arrive at the end of this journey, a tour through the albums we never got, the sessions that almost happened, and the universes that flickered just outside our reach. These collaborations aren't just trivia, they're reminders of how fragile music history really is. How one decision, one missed phone call, one twist of fate can tilt the entire culture toward brilliance or toward the whack era we're living in now. But here's the truth, the alternate timeline isn't lost. It lives in us, in the way we imagine, in the way we remember, in the way we keep these artists alive, by refusing to let their possibilities die. Because music isn't just what was recorded, it's what could have been. It's the ghost albums, the unmade masterpieces, the collaborations that still hum in the collective unconscious. And maybe that's the real story here, that the future of music isn't written by algorithms or trends, but by the people who still care enough to dream of the worlds we missed. So here's to the unmade albums, here's to the artists who almost met, here's to the timelines that slipped away, and here's to us, the ones still listening for the echoes.